I'm Marques Brownlee, aka MKBHD, and I make tech videos on YouTube. IAmA.
What would you do if you could control rewind?
It's rewind time. I would want Fortnite hold up. Do we still think rewind is happening this year? It's a healthy mix. Apple has a review program where they'll send things to review and be returned. Everything from the Mac Pro and Pro displays all the way to iPhones and watches and cases. I'm pretty diligent about returning them. I do, however, buy Apple stuff all the time. You should see my desk.
What do you think will be the biggest lasting change in the tech due to the pandemic?
I'm honestly hoping it's the way tech events happen. We're all slowly learning that the, mostly, cringe on-stage events with a rush to the hands-on area are kinda rough. We'll see how it evolves, but in my dream world we don't go completely back to those. Also, how is CES not cancelled yet? Honestly, after my camera, it's my 11 inches iPad Pro with LTE.
Have you actually ever used brand skins for a long amount of time?
Yeah, I've had a dbrand skin on my iPad Pro since I got it over a year ago, and on my MacBook Pro for months. I'm on and off with them on phones.
What is the most you have been offered by a company to say something positive about their product?
That's a good question. I don't have a number answer because usually the conversation ends as soon as they get into, "Can we sponsor the review?" territory, which is long before they're throwing out numbers.
Do you think anyone has the potential to get big on YouTube if they put in the effort?
I think luck has a lot to do with it. I'd say yes if this were 10 or even 5 years ago when things were significantly less saturated. But now it's much more difficult to find and conquer a niche when it seems like everything has already been done. So in 2020 it's a much more hesitant yes, but without real passion and effort there's almost zero chance.
Do you use a teleprompter when making your videos? Or just reference notes?
Never been able to use a teleprompter. I always have my outline, notes on my lap on my phone in front of me or on a table next to me for reference.
Which web browser do you use and why?
Safari on my iPad and MacBook because battery life. Chrome on Android.
What's your least favorite tech?
The Magic Mouse is trash.
What do you think is the future of consumer VR in the next 5 to 10 years? Do you think it'll remain a niche, enthusiast product or that it'll become much more mainstream? Thanks.
I can never quite tell the timeline, but every time I use a new VR headset I'm even more optimistic about its future for immersive content and gaming. So even though I'm bad at predictions, I'm hoping it can be closer to mainstream when the biggest companies in the world like Apple and Google start to really make moves in the next 5 years.
Do you ever feel restricted in terms of what you create on your channel because of demonetization and the algorithms? What is your best tactic to get around them?
Oh, my own channel, not at all. I've had zero demonetization problems, and honestly, if anything, the algorithm seems to like my old videos to a startling degree. My bigger concern as a tech creator is my ratio of evergreen content to right now tech videos in my catalog. Need to keep it a healthy mix.
How does being a YouTuber compare to other jobs?
Couple things on that one. It's incredible to have a job that's relatively stable right now, in a time where much of the world is struggling with that. I have the viewers to thank for that. 2. This job has one of the biggest deltas between how difficult people think it is versus how much work it actually is.
Can you elaborate on your second point? Edit, lol, /r/notopitak.
A creative's biggest trick is making it look easy. If you ask the typical person how long it takes to make a typical review video, factor that answer up by an order of magnitude. As you, Fist my muff 2 said, lol, there's a whole lot behind the scenes too. Photography, social media, the inbox, the briefings, phone calls, travel, accounting, etc.
After the conversation with Craig Federighi, there was a lot of now that he's gone, we can finally say what we really think. Was there any backlash for that? And can you share any details on what the whole process was like?
No backlash at all, that was a good time. Apple reached out before the show asking if I wanted Craig on the podcast and I agreed. They wanted to know if I'd make a video from it, and I said I couldn't commit until I knew what happened at WWDC and whether it would be video worthy or not. They said that's fine and we set up a time. Craig didn't get to see any of my questions and we just had both ends of our call recorded. Simple.
Are you slightly worried that Escobar Incorporated has your address?
One day I'll be able to tell the story of how the FBI showed up at the studio with some questions about that whole thing. But that's a story for another day.
I noticed the Spotify playlist, MKBHD videos, has a few songs that are French. Do you speak French?
I don't love the music though. I'm almost always listening to music. One thing about my brain is it won't let me concentrate on writing, researching if the music I'm listening to has lyrics. But a great hack is to listen to music that doesn't have English lyrics so it doesn't trigger my brain to listen to the words and I can still enjoy the genre and the beat.
How do you feel about cell phone drop test videos?
They had a good run there a few years ago, I honestly don't think they're as useful as a straight-up analysis of durability and materials, but they can be fun to watch in a weird way. Fun fact: I've dropped 4 phones in the last decade, enough to damage them. LG Voyager, Moto X, OnePlus 3T, before it even came out, and an old Galaxy Note.
Don't forget that iPhone 10 that mysteriously fell off the table that one time, lol.
Oh god, true. This did happen, but I refuse to say it's my fault because I didn't drop it.
Tell us about your golf game. / what's in the bag? / handicap, average score? / favorite course that you've played? / bucket list course?
I actually had a lower handicap in high school, but I'm at an 11.5 right now as I knocked the rust off this summer. Callaway Maverick driver, old FTI 3 wood, Nike blades, matte black Vokey wedges. Bucket list course: Pebble Beach. I've stayed at a hotel there and on my god is it picturesque.
Will you ever own a petrol car again?
I've thought about this a lot. For me it's a toss-up. Model S has been an incredible daily driver, to the point where the only thing I miss about gas cars is the sports performance experience. So we'll have to see how Roadster compares to comparables like my low-key favorite McLaren 720S.
Hey Marques, are we ever going to see a Frisbee tech video? BTW. The clarity of your most recent video was very refreshing, thank you. I really like your stance on the range of topics you touched on. Keep keeping it real.
Thanks. I actually feel like Ultimate Frisbee has very little tech involved at all, aside from filming games. So it's my little sanctuary, mental space away from tech. Totally different compartment of my brain.
If you weren't a tech reviewer, what would you be doing?
I'd probably have used my degree to start working at a tech company, and I'd be that guy running a marketing program for a tech product, communicating with tech YouTubers.
Everyone's asking questions but no one's asking how's Marques?
Well, thank you for asking. I'm doing great. Looking forward to a productive Friday. Hope you're doing all right.
Hey Marques. I just have one question. What are your biggest pet peeves?
I think about this a lot. And I think I can boil it all down to self-awareness. I hate when people are shockingly unaware of their surroundings. Why do people chill below the speed limit in the left lane? Why do groups of people walk triple wide on the sidewalk when people behind them want to pass? Why are so many people just in the way all the time? General lack of awareness.
What do you do for cardio besides Ultimate?
Lately, since team sports have been cancelled, it's been a lot of stationary bike in the basement and track workouts near my house. I bought a bike a few weeks back that I'm waiting to ship so I can continue to work out outside while the weather is nice.
What kind of bike did you get? I need a new one and don't know where to start looking.
Walmart carbon gravel bike upside down face.
What's your current goal now, as a content creator? How did it change over time?
Generally, the goal started simply: the make what I would want to watch. In terms of quality, style, tech, etc., it's evolved into make a channel I would want to subscribe to. So the breadth of coverage is wider, the variety of content is better, we have a podcast now, different playlists, etc. I think the next reasonable goal is to expand this into an empire that I'd want to trust. Can't reveal too much of the master plan, you know?
What was your favorite Apple reveal of all time? X, Mac Pro, iPhone 10.
Recency bias, but I'm gonna say Mac Pro at WWDC. We all kinda knew it was coming, but that was truly a surprise as far as design, capability, the whole deal. Surprises are so rare in the tech world.
May your day be filled with joy and happiness. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe for more quality content every day.